So how did you end up making that transition from full-time pharmacist, director level, to learning marketing, sort of figuring out that you liked marketing? Talk about that a little bit. Like, what sort of introduced you to the marketing world? How did you know that was for you? And how did you?
Oh man, that's another like wild roller coaster in a way. Cause like I figured out, once I got out of the Air Force and was working that, okay, I don't like this idea of working 9 to 5, the rest of my life. And so I didn't really know how to be an entrepreneur, how to start a business. And one day I got introduced to the direct sales industry. And I feel like these days at some point, someone has heard about a direct sales company, like, like Amway, whatever, like Melaleuca, there's all these different companies, whatever people are doing. And some of them are great companies. They have great products and stuff. And like, they offer people an opportunity to grow that brand and like earn income from it. And so, I got introduced to that idea, and I was like, okay, like the idea that I could have income coming in from leveraged effort, like I like that idea a lot. So I was like, let me just like pursue this and see what happens. And so I started doing that, and I'm a people person, so it was kind of fun initially. Then it started to not get fun when it felt like a grind. Mm-hmm. And it felt like, I don't know, it almost felt like it was ruining my social relationships. And at the time, actually, my wife was pregnant with our first baby, and like it was just really challenging to go out and like meet people in coffee shops and like talk about building a business. Like that was kind of the model that all these companies teach. And then so I'm like really starting to get frustrated with it, and I was probably like this close to quitting, honestly. And then I see these it's funny, these two guys just like showed up like in the company, like they came out of nowhere, and then they became the top producers in like 60 days. Like people were in this thing for years, and like they were like the top leaders, like the in the company and all that stuff, making the most money. These two other guys show up out of nowhere and walk away with the whole thing, right? And I'm like, what the heck did they just do?
Yeah.
I don't know what they did, but I need to do that, because that's a lot like better than what I'm doing, that sitting and talking to one person in a coffee shop at a time. So turns out they were like internet marketers, and they figured out a way to bring the message of that company one to many very quickly. And they had a really great offer. They figured out like, how to sell it better than anyone else. And like overnight, they just tapped into like a sea of the internet, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, wow, I need to learn how to do that. Like that's the skill. That's what I need to know, because that'll help me no matter what I do. And so that was like that magic moment that put me on that path. And then from there, it was like, how do you learn this skill? There's no one teaching it, and you can't go to school for it. And I started looking into how am I going to learn the skill. And I ended up having to go through several different coaches till I found like the right people, invested in myself. And once I got clear, at the same time, mind you, kind of like what I said before was going on, like getting clear on like what's happening at work not being my path. And so I realized, okay, I need to make a serious commitment. There was an opportunity that came up to go like in person and learn from people who are making millions of dollars with internet marketing and e-commerce, learning how to run ads and like build, online stores and funnels and stuff like that. And I just invested, I talked to my wife and invested. It was really uncomfortable because it was a really big ticket investment. It was like paying a grad school tuition without walking away with a degree, which is like a crazy concept for most people. You get nothing to show for it other than the information you learn.
Yeah.
You're not going there to learn how to get yourself marketable for some job. You're going to learn from real entrepreneurs who are making millions right now. And so that was super attractive to me. So I did that. And that changed my life. Like it was tough. It was like a year of learning and like trial and error. But making that really uncomfortable commitment and decision to go sacrifice all my vacation time. I flew to Arizona for 5 different weeks throughout that year, like literally every single day of vacation. And that was super important for our family, especially my wife. Like her passion is travel. So I had to convince her that I needed to do this for 1 year. We were not going to go on a single vacation. It was like the hardest thing ever. So yeah, like that's kind of how I ended up getting to where I am now. I just made the commitment to find the right people to learn from, and who are high value individuals. And I just made the uncomfortable investment to do it and believed in it because I saw what was possible. And then a year or two later, I started to get really good at my skills, and I had some skills, and I was like, okay, well, now what am I going to do, right? They were teaching me kind of e-commerce, and I kind of quickly realized I didn't love e-commerce. I didn't want to own an e-commerce business and deal with customer service and like shipping products and stuff like that. I just wanted nothing to do with it. But I loved the marketing side of things. So I was like, okay, well, I need to find something to sell. Maybe I'll go be an affiliate marketer. If people know what that is, it's kind of like when you just, some companies allow you to, similar to direct sales, but you could just sign up to be an affiliate, and when you sell the product, you get a percentage of the sale, right? So I was looking for something to sell, and like I couldn't get behind anything for some reason. Like that was always a thing with me. I had to really believe in what I was selling. And so I couldn't find anything, and I was really upset because I was like, all right, I got this magic skill, and I feel like the parade's over, and I got nothing to do with it. And then I had this idea, like, well, okay, let me just help. I knew a business owner in town that could help. So I was like, hey, can I just help you out with your business? I know this will help you. And it did help him. I started running his ads for him, or he was running no ads. So I got him to the point where he would run Facebook ads and set up a funnel for him to get people into a brick and mortar location and stuff like that. And so that kind of worked out well, and that was fun. So I was like, all right, let me see, maybe this is like a thing I can do. And so one thing led to another, and I started helping a couple more clients through word of mouth. And I realized, like, oh wow, I'm almost making as much here as I am with my job. Like I can keep doing this, and I can exit my job if I want. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I did. I eventually just kind of cut the cord. My wife talked me into it because she saw like it was getting tough to manage both ends at this point. Yeah. And then cutting that cord was like, it was the scariest, and it was the coolest thing I've ever done, honestly. Because I've had the best, ever since I did that, I've had the best 12 months of my life. 18 months. It's going to be 18 months soon. Where I just completely walked away from like one of the best jobs somebody could have as a pharmacist.
Phenomenal motivation when you leave your steady, safe sort of source of income. So I feel like there's nothing that like lights a fire under your butt, like leaving your job and being like, okay, now I got to make this really successful, or otherwise I'm gonna regret it, which is fine. Sometimes somebody might not make it the first time. They might have to go back to their job or whatever, which is totally cool too. But I feel like that's a new level of motivation when you leave that security blanket and that comfort.
Oh, yeah.